Pickle Wheat, the amazing and legendary wild huntress, has long captivated audiences with her captivating style of highlighting the untamed splendor of Louisiana's regions. Her somewhat mysterious attitude to managing her personal life has left fans with more questions than answers, despite the fact that her extraordinary wildlife talents have kept many glued to their TVs. But now that the nature queen is 28 years old, she has revealed certain information about her life to the public, some of which support our long-held suspicions. Let's examine her disclosures. The beginnings of the gator huntress. I've been inconsistent on Facebook after having a baby. He doesn't come and go very often. After over 30 years of existence. Pickle, who lives as a ferocious huntress away from screens and cameras, made her reality TV debut in 2021 during the 12th season of Swamp People. Before Pickle joined the team, the History Channel show ran for 11 years and focused on the lives of alligator hunters in the Atchafalaya Basin, which is known as the largest marsh and swamp in the United States. Pickle joined the show after it had been running for almost 11 years, but as a remarkable woman, she brought a completely different perspective to the program. Despite being most recognized as Pickle Wheat, her real name is Cheyenne Nicole Wheat, and she was born on September 21, 1995. In an interview with Louisiana Sportsman, the reality TV personality disclosed that her unusual moniker, Pickle, was a thoughtful present from her dad. She went on to say that she had a childhood obsession with pickles. It's no surprise the moniker stayed. Beneath the allure of her childhood moniker, she was gradually becoming into a formidable huntress. In Padres, Louisiana, Pickle Wheat's fascinating journey began with modest beginnings. The 21st of July was that momentous day. Her first cry was heard in September 1995, when she was born into a family of alligator hunters. The modest town of Pedras, tucked away in the Louisiana wetlands that influenced Pickle's life, was located outside the city limits of New Orleans. There were more cypress trees than streetlights, and family customs were the norm. Alligator hunting has always been a part of the Wheat family's tradition. In traditional gator hunting, alligators are tracked, captured, and removed from their native habitats, particularly the swamp area, for a variety of reasons, including population management, safety, and the collection of meat and hide. Pickle understood the reality that she needs to be mindful of certain important aspects of gator hunting. Because Pickle had a deep connection to the swamp and its inhabitants, she naturally possessed knowledge of alligator behavior and habitats. She also learned how to employ safety precautions, physical demands, weapons, hooks, and traps. Gator hunting employs many techniques. Includes trapping, which involves catching alligators with cage traps or snares. Hooking is another tactic. Hunting using a shotgun and hooks and lines to capture alligators. To hunt alligators, use shotguns or rifles. All the techniques were familiar to Pickle Wheat. It was more akin to being passionate and purpose-driven. For her, utilizing tools include weapons and ammunition, hooks and lines, snares and traps, and protective gear. Naturally, she also complied with safety protocols. Young Pickle Wheat rapidly learned a lot of hunting and survival skills while growing up in a household where alligator hunting was more common than an occasional excursion. These abilities that were essential to her survival in the marsh and provided a solid basis for her hunting career. Pickle was learning to cross canals, bait lines, track movements in the water, and use the hunt's gear by the time other children her age were learning to ride bikes. The first and most useful classroom she had experienced was the huge, merciless marsh. In addition to the abilities and exercises, Pickle's childhood in Louisiana marshes gave her a deep respect for nature and its animals. She also developed a sense of unity with the surrounding marshes as a result. In her early years, it was curiosity, but in the years that followed, it swiftly evolved into mastery. Soon. Eventually, she would become a trailblazer, creating a road that few others had the courage to follow. Pickle and her brother were brought up by their parents, Eddie and Missy Wheat, in accordance with the multi-generational tradition of their family. She learned the important skills of perseverance, patience, and fortitude, qualities that are essential for any hunter. She learned, like her family, to search for not for the sport, but for survival and the pride of legacy. At the same time, Pickle Wheat was developing into a huntress. As she grew older, her abilities, strength, and sense of self improved, and eventually she was prepared to proudly carry on the family tradition into a new period. Having a father such as Eddie Wheat, who has been hunting alligators for more than. It's safe to state that she had the best mentor for 30 years. Pickle has a lot of life experience to draw from as a child. From an early age, she learned how to hunt and enjoy the outdoors from her father. And you'd better reconsider assuming that Pickle relied solely on Eddie Wheat's experience and training. Her grandfather was the one who introduced the famous huntress to alligator hunting. Her great-grandfather was also among the first alligator hunters in St. Bernard Parish. Pickle Wheat discussed her grandfather's special shooting technique that kept his people safe in a thoughtful article on her early years and his role. And fed for many years. The amazing thing was that he accomplished this without calling attention to how society was changing around them. The depth of this hunting family tradition is still unknown to many, but Pickle knew it all too well, and her life has caught and recounted the tale numerous times. At one point, she wrote, "It's crucial. To me and my family, it keeps us rooted and content to keep following the grain and sharing what we've learned from our ancestors." Pickle articulated her admiration and respect for family tradition and legacy with strength and grace. Her connection to the marsh started off as a family custom, but it easily evolved over time to become a personal passion. The motivation behind her pursuit grew personal, even though she was still aware of her family's history. It became about purpose in addition to heritage. And these pairs served as her pass to the world stage. Pickle plays a significant role in her family's business, giving swamp excursions and taking part in. When she's not hunting alligators, she engages in a variety of outdoor pursuits. Her family's business demonstrates their deep local roots and commitment to spreading awareness of the beauty and intricacy of Louisiana's marshes. Pickle has a strong commitment to promoting environmental education and protection. She understands the need of preserving the delicate marsh ecology and encourages moral hunting practices. Pickle has been able to raise awareness of the importance of conservation and the preservation of the natural environments that are so fundamental to Louisiana culture because of her stance on swamp people. Pickle enjoys being outside, although she works in the swamp. She enjoys fishing, camping, and taking in the natural beauty of her home state. Her passion for the outdoors permeates all she does, and she regularly updates her social media following on her travels. The Huntress on TV. Although that is how most people know Pickle Wheat, her journey did not start with swamp people's cameras. Her narrative began with the timeless. The influence of legacy. Rooted in the swamps, where she inherited a life that her family had created out of the wilderness over many generations. Prior to her story being brought to light by television, she was already on a path molded by forbearance, perseverance, and generational knowledge. Prior to the Swamp People event, not many people were aware of Pickle Wheat. She was selected to be a cast member of the show, which marked a turning point in her career and made her famous as a huntress and reality TV star. But when she stepped into the spotlight, the principles, abilities, exercises, and lessons she had learned from the wetlands kept her afloat. The celebrity huntress had spent her entire life hunting gators, but this year, even though 2021 gave her hunting and wildlife profession a fresh lease on life, Cheyenne Pickle Wheat has undoubtedly gone a long way to become a formidable figure in the alligator hunting industry. Pickle Wheat, a wildlife huntress and reality TV personality like no other, has left her name and persona ingrained in the brains of countless viewers in less than 5 years. If you've ever wondered how she did this without appearing on the show for very long, the explanation is straightforward. It was made possible by her exceptional wildlife knowledge, unwavering commitment, and determination, qualities that many may only imagine. Therefore, in the male-dominated sport of alligator hunting, the term Pickle Wheat connotes exceptionality with the established potential for exceptional female hunters. Pickle not only lives but flourishes in a profession that demands both mental and physical fortitude. Her skills, which she honed and adjusted over time, won over spectators' hearts, and she soon gained popularity. Considering the years of effort and commitment she had invested in her craft prior to her TV days, and she quickly became well known on national television. For Pickle, what many find odd had become the standard. She was a female hunting in the perilous wilderness, where a single mistake could be lethal. Pickle's enhanced senses, dexterity, and quick reflexes served as both a shield and a weapon. Not to mention that she was more accurate, persistent, and resilient than her prey. She has shown time and time again that she was as much a part of nature as the wild was of her. Cheyenne Pickle Wheat was first introduced to Swamp People viewers in the 12th season, which launched Pickle into the spotlight of reality TV. As fate would have, Pickle was on the show with her father and mentor. Eddie Wheat and his daughter made the ideal team on the show, working politely side by side. Long-standing family customs and traditions had gained attention. Other seasoned hunters who had been cast members before to the father and daughter duo were also on the show. Pickle quickly rose to fame thanks to her quiet, precise shooting and in-depth familiarity with the wetlands. Her TV persona gives away a lot about her background and the skills she acquired over time. Viewers were drawn to her sincerity and ability to blend in with the chaotic world of alligator hunting. Pickle Wheat's composed manner, accurate shooting, and elegant hunting style quickly had many viewers are praising her. She also received a lot of praise for demonstrating a deep comprehension of the untamed wetlands. She was in the spotlight because of the camera, which showed off all of her skills. However, it was not all. It also brought attention to her personal life and the shadows that followed her. Even then, there was no denying Pickle's genuineness and individuality, despite the lingering shadows and uncertainties. This was an additional characteristic that distinguished her from her surroundings. As a lady of grace, it was also interesting to observe how well she adapted to the challenging world of alligator hunting. Everybody of them attracted more viewers as soon as this gator huntress appeared on television. In addition to being a darling among viewers, Pickle is also well-liked and respected by her fellow hunters in the Swamp People cast. In the harsh world of alligator hunting, she completes the goal without sacrificing her individuality. Pickle has demonstrated the ability to manage the risks and challenges associated with her work with a light-hearted and relaxed demeanor. Despite being adored by many, Pickle Wheat's path has not been without challenges, both in reality TV and alligator hunting. She has had to put in a lot of effort to establish her worth and get the respect of people around her because she is one of the few women in a field that is dominated by men. But with each challenge. Despite this, Pickle proved she was a formidable opponent who should be treated with the same deference and respect as any guy in the industry. The physical and mental strain of alligator hunting has been one of the most taxing challenges Pickle Wheat has encountered. In addition to being risky and labor-intensive, it usually calls for long hours in difficult settings. Essential skills for alligator hunting include a deep comprehension of the target and the ability to maintain composure under duress. Pickle Wheat has consistently shown herself to be a proficient and capable hunter in spite of these demanding conditions. She has achieved victory on Swamp People because to her tenacity and resolve, yet she strives harder to accomplish more in her work. Pickle Wheat has made a difference in every industry she has entered. Her performance on the alligator hunting field had a significant impact on reality TV. Being one of the only women working in the field has encouraged other women to pursue careers in hunting and the outdoors. Her participation in Swamp People has also made a substantial contribution to increasing public understanding of sustainability, conservation, and the traditional methods of alligator hunting. Fans of Swamp People have also been interested in Pickle Wheat's background. She was once romantically involved with Chase Landry, a cast member and the son of Troy Landry, the show's star. Landry Troy was born in Pierre Park, Louisiana, on June 9, 1960, and is 65 years old. Along with his husband, Troy has 3 children, Jacob Landry, Brandon Landry, Chase Landry, and Bernita Landry. Another name for Troy is the King of the Swamp. He is among the most well-known and courageous alligators in the bayou. Troy has a long history of gator hunting as a fisherman and seafood dealer. He routinely fills more tags than any other Louisiana swamper. Pickle and Landry Troy meet. I am heading to the airport to meet this kind elderly man. When I arrived, it was late at night, and I was fully dressed. I thought of cowboy boots, snug blue jeans, with Pickle's passion for hunting and the swamp. She grew acclimated to Troy Landry, but especially to Landry Chase, his son. Many people wanted to learn more about the relationship between Pickle and Chase. However, Pickle and Chase finally parted ways, and she hasn't discussed her personal life in public ever since. Despite her clear work, Pickle has said she values her privacy and would prefer to keep her relationship a secret. Pickle's story is one of perseverance, fortitude, and a deep connection to the land and its traditions. She has shown that even in the most trying circumstances, it is possible to overcome challenges and achieve success with commitment and perseverance. Her journey from a small child growing up in Louisiana marshes to a reality TV star is proof of Pickle Wheat's perseverance, moral strength, and love of the great outdoors. Fans have come to love her character on Swamp People because of her talent, sincerity, and unique demeanor. Pickle remains devoted to her heritage and the values that have guided her throughout her life. As she works toward her profession and makes a difference in the alligator hunting sector. In her own right, Pickle Wheat is a swamp queen, and her impact will surely endure for many years to come. She can inform her followers about the perils of Louisiana marshes or share her passion for the great outdoors. Revelations and rumors. Pickle Wheat's life is much more complicated than her work on Swamp People, which has made her most famous. The events in her life necessitate a close examination of her character. Either what we see on the screen or something deeper. Not everyone who appears to be successful in public is actually successful in private. Some people's relationships are collapsing. Some people suffer from severe illness, and others have internal crises that they are unable to adequately handle. This reality is not far from the lives of on-screen champions. Pickle Wheat isn't either. Pickle Wheat made significant progress in pursuing her goal as a hunter. Due to the rarity of female hunters, she gained particular appreciation from many people for being a female hunter. In no way did Pickle let Wayne down. She continued to advance while exhibiting courage, charm, and faith in her convictions. For her, spending time in outdoors was more of a way of life than a occupation. Even so, she had a scar on the back of the gold medal she wore around her neck as an alligator hunter. When fans started spreading lies about Pickle Wheat's life, the wound started to appear. A reality TV personality who has made and continues to make appearances, viewers subsequently observed that throughout the events, Pickle and her Chase Landry and his co-worker appeared to be cozy. When they collaborated, they observed their shared relationship, chemistry, and spirit of teamwork. Many admirers came to the conclusion that the suspicion was correct as a result. American alligator hunter and reality TV star Chase Landry is most recognized for his appearance on the History Swamp People is a popular series on the channel. Chase was born into a family steeped in Louisiana swamp culture, and his aggressive alligator hunting style and commitment to upholding his family's heritage have made him a fan favorite. With a career that combines entertainment and tradition while being loyal to his St. John heritage, Chase never fails to enthrall audiences. He and Pickles have a lot in common, and many people think that their shared history and former incarnations have strengthened their relationship. On social media sites like Instagram and Reddit, the notion that Pickle was seeing Landry Chase became widespread. As a result, a lot of people started acting as Pickle Wheat's detective. They looked for other clues to support their claims. They were motivated to look into the more because Pickle seemed more reserved, discreet, secretive, and private during this time. Her admirers knew that something was concealed beneath the mat because of every word, glance, and motion she made. There was mistrust in every one of her posts. Fans were eager to learn the truth because of her postings and attitude, which sparked a lot of interest. After seeing a picture of Landry Chase, many people came to the conclusion that Pickle and Landry were dating, confirming their assumptions. Pickle, however, said nothing and did not clarify whether their claims that she was seeing Landry Chase were accurate. She was interviewed about her personal life, but she said nothing about her relationship. She seemed to have a secret that she didn't want the world to know. Her decision to keep her personal life private was supported by many of her followers, but others were offended by her silence and started spreading the rumor on entertainment websites, reality TV shows, and social media sites had a lot of activity. Her relationship with Landry Chase is the subject of speculation on Reddit and Instagram. Would she be honest with her fans, or would she keep her life a secret? You'll soon learn. Continue to observe. Landry Chase's life. Pickle and her gator hunting companion. After making an appearance on film, Landry Chase and I had a strong chemistry. On screen, this relationship continued. As both possessed the same oddities and similarities, it grew stronger and persisted off-screen. They both had a strong passion for hunting alligators. Every count fueled, nourished, and stoked their fire. This made them appear to be the perfect pair despite the dangers of hunting and the attention of television. They had a lot in common, such as a passion for animals and exciting adventures. They kept their relationship a secret from the public because they treasured it. The quiet was misunderstood by fans, who exposed Landry and Pickle. The tension increased when another rumor surfaced. Grew. Fans were no longer able to comprehend Pickle at this time. Whether the reason for her silence was that she was keeping the relationship private or whether there was a bad development in the relationship at the moment. This couldn't be further from the reality, since the relationship that seemed to be the best thing in the world for both Pickle and Landry had now ended. Their link ended, which raised controversy because it seemed like the program would also cease if they were terminating their relationship. Because they like watching the TV broadcasts about the alligator hunt, several fans were anxious about this. At the time, genuine supporters started to have doubts, so there was a lot on the line. How would Pickle respond to the strained bond? Would they ever be able to collaborate again? Since Pickle removed Landry Chase from all of her social media accounts and platforms and erased every photo she had of him, it appears that everything has returned to normal. She was perceived as powerful, lively, and vivacious following the separation, which lasted for months. She kept up her public appearances in the swamp hunting community, pursuing her ambition of alligator hunting. She demonstrated that obstacles in life don't make one's ambitions less strong. What matters is how you react to what has occurred to you, not what has happened to you. Conversely, Landry Chase carried on with his life. But not for very long. He ended up getting involved with someone else, leaving Pickle with no chance of going back or getting back together. Following this experience, they each went their separate ways and developed new perspectives on the world. During this time, there was another rumor that Pickle was secretly engaged to or married to another man and that the public was not aware of the relationship. They conjectured that she had a child, which heightened the tension. Supporters said that Pickle gave birth to a child somewhere that isn't Landry Chase's. Does she really have a newborn and be in a new, hidden relationship? Where did that occur, and when? You will soon learn the answer. The truth is revealed via Pickle Wheat. The truth will undoubtedly be discovered, regardless of how well it is concealed. This was demonstrated in Pickle's story. She finally acknowledges what her admirers had been speculating about and feels compelled to come clean about the entire situation. She selected her most favored and most followed her Instagram account, where a large number of her fans were and would be watching her. She opened up to her admirers, expressing gratitude for their love and support, expressing how much they had liked her on TV, and acknowledging their belief in her abilities as a gator hunter. 3 significant rumor cases were formally revealed by Pickle. Her connection to Chase, Landry. She claimed to have dated Landy in the past. Despite their intense love for one another, they made the best decision to conceal it. She and Landry Chase are no longer together, though. They were only together for 2 years. They started dating in October of 2020. In 2022, it ended. She kept the reasons for their breakup a secret. Following their split, Pickle removed all of her photos of Chase and set her Facebook status to single. She moved on with her life and started dating Joshua Kippies, an emergency medical technician, a few months later. The pair began dating in 2022. Additionally, Pickle and Joshua recently welcomed a daughter, Mia, into the world. Joshua Kippies and Pickle Wheat made an interesting family. Pickle herself posted this wonderful news on Instagram. An important turning point in Pickle's life is the entrance of Mai, who adds the function of Motherhood to her diverse background as an alligator hunter and reality TV star. According to her husband Joshua Kippies, Pickle was the ideal match for him, and the two of them achieve amazing things together. Their love grew much stronger. On October 18, 2024, Pickle went so far as to announce her pregnancy. With her partner Joshua Kippies, she will have a second kid. Small girl the year before. Pickle's pregnancy is probably not going to have an impact on her appearances in the future season of Swamp People, as season 16 has already concluded production. It's unclear, though, if her expanding family will change the way she looks. She does, however, maintain the privacy of her family life and her devoted results going forward. Pickle Wheat with her cute children. The legacy of Pickle Wheat, whose real name is Cheyenne Wheat, extends well beyond Louisiana's bayou. She became well-known nationwide on Swamp People, where her daring gator hunting abilities immediately made her stand out. Her followers call her Pickle Pee-wee. However, her tale didn't begin on film. Growing up in a family of experienced hunters and outdoor enthusiasts, she was taught the craft of alligator hunting at an early age, transforming a customary lifestyle into a fervent vocation. Her appearance on Swamp People gave the show a new dimension. A combination of confidence and quiet fortitude that defied expectations. That gained her a great deal of respect. Pickle demonstrated that toughness is genderless and that genuineness always appeals, whether she was negotiating enormous gators or navigating the marshes with seasoned ease. Her adaptability is even more evident when she is not on television. Pickle actively participates in the business run by her family. Bespoke calls and Wheat's wear. She assists in making handcrafted duck and turkey calls, which are a delicate fusion of history and creativity. Through her brand, which offers items on her website and personalized shootouts on Cameo, where admirers queue to get a closer look at the woman who has successfully combined TV celebrity with genuineness in real life, she also investigates entrepreneurship. However, there is more to her life than just her work life. Pickle Wheat has delicately navigated her personal storms, such as the difficulties of public parenthood, privacy, and love. She welcomed marriage, a new chapter in her life, and the delight of having 2 kids in recent years. She explained that leaving Swamp People was never an option, even with this significant change in lifestyle. At the core of all she does is her love for her family, the swamp, and the principles that help to shape her. It's no easy task to juggle motherhood, business, reality TV, and an ingrained outdoor lifestyle. Pickle accomplishes this, nevertheless, with the same quiet might and unwavering will that initially captured the attention of viewers. She is a trailblazing modern woman who is rooted in tradition yet not scared to change. More than just a TV personality, Pickle Wheat is a strong, brave, and incredibly self-aware woman. She serves as a model for navigating the wild in real life and on television without ever losing your origins. If the world requires a new Pickle's life provides a template for moving with elegance and strength. Mud boots and all. What do you think of Pickle Wheat's relationships and family style? Please feel free to share your remarks in the space provided, and don't forget to share, like, and comment. Press the subscribe button to get additional updates.